Welcome back to Self-Defense for Women, Live an Empowered Life, the podcast that helps you stay safe, feel strong, and take control of your personal security, both physically and emotionally. I'm Julie Waite, Women's Safety Advocate, and alongside me is Dean Josham, security expert with 30 years experience and former bodyguard of Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt and Russell Crowe. And together we co-founded Streetwise Defence. Today, in one of our quick tips episodes, we're looking at one of the most overlooked topics in personal safety, summer. Here's something most people don't realise. Violent crime spikes during the summer months in the UK. Between 2012 and 2021, there were on average 62,000 more assaults with injury during the summer. According to the ONS, June, July and August consistently show higher rates of violent and sexual offences compared with winter months, and when temperatures rise in London, violent assaults increase by 14%. So let's talk about everyday things that can catch you out. Open windows, oversharing online, leaving valuables in plain sight, and what you can do to stay one step ahead. So today we're going to look at 6 different areas that will help you stay safe during the summer. But first, Dean, I just wondered what you think about those statistics. I was surprised by some of those, particularly the fact that sexual assaults are higher in the summer, because I know people often come to us during the darker months, during winter for training, because I think naturally you feel more scared in the dark, but I found it quite surprising that potentially what those statistics are showing, that you're more at risk during summer evenings. What do you think of those?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, when you look at and you find out the reality, and it's that human behaviour, isn't it? It changes massively in the winter when a lot of people don't go out as much. There's not as many social events. Potentially in summer, people drink more and maybe take stuff as well. So that creates more opportunity. And I think, summer months, your habits and your routines are very different from winter, which potentially, like always, can create opportunities for, the bad people out there.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? When I was looking up those statistics, I thought, oh, here we go again. I'm starting another podcast episode with a load of really gloomy statistics. But everything starts with awareness. So if you think that you're safe in the summer because it's not dark earlier on, and then you go out and you're unprepared, then I think you end up in more difficult situations than if you have some awareness that actually there is still some danger out there that you need to just be prepared for and be aware of.
Yeah, definitely as well. And I think in summer, like I said about the temperature in London, violent assaults increased by 14%. I know what heat does to me. I know, if you haven't got aircon, you can get, if it's close, you feel frustrated and all this kind of creates that different kind of emotion and feeling in you. So some people, when they're too hot, they get more frustrated. They have less tolerance. They can be more emotional. Yeah, all sorts of elements that adds to this, especially in the summertime.
Yeah, daytime drinking as well.
Massively. Yeah, massive.
Okay, so we're going to go through these 6 areas, give you some tips. The first one we're going to look at is home security. And according to Aviva Insurance, burglary claims rise by 48% in July and August compared with February, which is a surprisingly large increase.
Yeah.
A 2023 study from Halifax Home Insurance found that 1 in 3 burglaries happen through open windows and doors, often left that way during hot weather. And an NFU Mutual 2022 survey found that nearly 60% of UK homeowners admit to leaving windows open while out in the summer. So if you were looking at a house as a potential target, what would you be looking for?
If it was, you've got to look at your house, that if you was a bad person, a burglar or whatever, how would you get into your house? What's the easiest way in? And it's about realising how you can access your own home if you had to, and how hard that would be. So, 60% of people leaving windows open, that's madness, isn't it? Because there is nobody in the house. The simple things. I know last time I looked, which was quite a bit ago now, I think it was a quarter of crimes are opportunists. So by simply locking your door, closing your window and locking it, you eliminate, potential being an easy target.
Yeah. I think you want to keep the house cool, don't you, while you're out? So you leave the windows open,
Well,
some air going through.
but then if you do, you got to understand my house is open.
Yeah.
Someone can get in.
And what
Okay,
about if the window's open, it's on one of those little latches? Like,
yeah, but they know what they're doing. You know, they're not amateurs. You know, they've probably done it before. They've probably done a bit of research. You know, they don't want to get caught. So it's like a job to some of these people. So, oh, it's on a latch. How easy is it? Look, if you lost your keys and your downstairs window was on a latch, do you think you could get in? I'm pretty sure you could force it because them little latches are only little latches. They're not a severe security mechanism that's going to stop a thief.
Okay. So it's about not letting your guard down just because the weather's warm. And then a couple of things, if you're going on holiday as well, I know a tip that you told me years ago that's always helpful. If you have a calendar in the kitchen and you've got dates marked on it and it's visible, from someone looking in through the window, don't leave that up, particularly if it says, in big capitals, holiday for 2 weeks, because it just gives that opportunist the knowledge that, oh, this house is empty, we can take our time, we can do whatever we need to do to get in this house. And that's something I always do now, take our calendar down.
I think with that as well, so if roughly a quarter of crimes are opportunist, then 3/4 of crimes are planned. So any information you give out, it can always be turned against you. So it's been probably just a little bit more guarded and being a bit more aware of what we share openly.
Yeah. That kind of leads us on to the second point, which is oversharing on social media. And again, another study, 2021 UK study by YouGov found that over 40% of people post holiday content while they're away, giving away their live location. And burglars have admitted in interviews via Crime Stoppers that they use Instagram and Facebook to identify empty homes, especially during school holidays. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you're away on holiday and you want to share pictures because it's really nice and you want to show everyone where you are and show off a little bit. But it is an advertisement that your home is empty.
Is it difficult?
Well, if it's a habit and something you've always done.
Yeah. I get people want to share that and with family and friends and stuff, but then again, it's like who gets access to your information you give out? Is it just family? Is it family and friends? Is it the public? Just be wary of obviously who can access that. I'm not trying to be killjoys, but it's that reality is like what they said there. Criminals will look and go, yeah, that's a massive thing, isn't it? It's some people on holiday. Criminals know that, so. It's that just pausing and thinking, okay, do I post it now or do I wait a couple of days or when I get back?
Yeah. I always now post, I don't really post that much personal stuff anymore anyway, but if I am going to, I'll do it once we're back home and making it clear that you are home so that people don't think you're away and then try and target the house then with you in it. So it's just making it clear in the post that, we had a great time and we're back and here's some pictures from the holidays. This is a slightly different one, but driving along with your windows open, if your aircon's not working. I had a car for 2 years that didn't have aircon during that really hot spell that we had. So I was a full windows down person for a while. And a lot of people don't realise that, again, opportunists, particularly in towns and cities at traffic lights and things like that, will grab through the window. So it's thinking about what you've got on the seat in your car and how easy it would be for someone to grab that.
It's just a little bit more being observant. You go, okay, I've got both windows down. Have I got my handbag and my phone on the seat next to me? Traffic lights. You stop. It's how fast things really happen. So it's like, okay, I might only have my side window up, down, sort of that much. So it's just,
and then
or you put stuff on the floor or behind you, behind the seat and the back windows are up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just a little bit of thought.
The other thing linked to that, the fourth area, is day trip or beach or picnic safety. Again, the AA Insurance says that theft from vehicles spikes when people are leaving valuables visible during day trips and parking
Yeah.
touristy areas. So it's just thinking about when you get to the beach or your picnic or wherever you're going and you're getting all your bags out and there's a bit of a rush to get out of the car and you've got stuff everywhere, not then leaving valuables or anything visible
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah, it's just that quick few seconds check it, scan your car, look in your car and go, okay, that, that there's nothing on show or I've taken everything out. Look, how quick can you smash a window, especially if you've got the right equipment?
Yeah.
It's like anyone who's professional has certain professional equipment they buy, like a joiner of professional equipment or a bricklayer. These people will have equipment, because they want to make it as quick and easy as they can. Guarantee, if you put a laptop and a bag on a seat in a car park, that bag and laptop can be gone within 2 seconds. You can shatter a windscreen, a side window, very easily.
Yeah. Then the fifth area is really about more of the predatorial behavior and these people that are looking to target women, particularly for like sexual assault. And I guess it's like what is happening during summer that's making it easier for them to commit these assaults.
I think attitudes change, don't they? Like you said earlier, winter people are more concerned because it's darker nights, and yeah, of course, darkness can pose its problems and concerns and issues and dangers. And I think some people think because it's lighter, there's not as much danger. But when reality is people are out longer, people are enjoying themselves more. There's definitely more alcohol and recreational drugs that for predators creates an opportunity.
Yeah, and I think if you are walking home late, just because it's light, it does make you feel safer. I was saying to you earlier, if I go out walking the dog in winter at 6 o'clock and it's dark, I don't feel as safe as when I'm walking the dog at 8 or 9 o'clock or later, or I'm out later in the summer. But actually, there's less people around, and there's more opportunity then for these people who might be out, looking for the target.
Yeah, I think as well, when you look at yourself, you go, when it's dark, it's like psychologically, like, it's dark, or there's more danger because people can hide and all, use their cover of darkness. When it's lighter, you go, well, there's not that problem there, or that issue isn't as big because it's light till half
You're
9 at night.
Are you?
So it kind of drops your defenses a little bit, because you go, darkness equals danger, light doesn't. But then you go, well, when you understand, and if you've listened to this on other podcasts and you look around and you're more aware, you realise that time of day and time of night, there's always potential issues or dangers and concerns you've got to be aware of. And that changes, through the year, through the day, through the night.
Yeah. And then the final area that we wanted to mention really was mindset and awareness, which is something we always talk about. When we teach self-defense, we teach it with 4 pillars of self-defense, which are awareness, prevention, mindset, and the physical. And what's one mindset or awareness shift that people can take away with them about summer safety from this episode?
I think you have to realise it's a constant thing. Your personal safety is a constant thing, whatever time of year it is, wherever you are. And that's the reality is, personal safety is a massive thing. The investment you put into looking into it and being more aware is going to really help you, because it's a massive skill set.
Yeah. And I think it's not about being fearful or scared. It's just about having the awareness, making some small changes and planning ahead, and just not... Still enjoying yourself, but not dropping your guard so much that you're doing things that put you at risk.
Yeah, it's just thinking it will never happen to me. I hope it doesn't. I wish it never happened to anybody, but it does, because of statistics. It's happening all the time, unfortunately, because there's 8 billion people, and I don't know when that's going to change.
Okay, well, I hope those summer safety tips were helpful for you. Please share this episode with a friend or with someone that needs to hear this. If you are interested in learning the physical self-defense and all of the other elements that we teach as well, we have some online courses. We have a quick 1-hour course, which is called Self-Defense Essentials. That's just £24. It's really accessible, and we want it to be accessible to everyone. We don't want there to be any barriers or excuses for not learning this. Then if you want to go more in depth, we have a course called 7-Day Self-Defense for Women, where over around about an hour a day, over 7 days, you will get a real deep dive into all the different types of violence, how to deal with them, and all the different physical elements as well. So take a look at those on our website.
I have to say as well, Julie, if you listen to this and you do look at it, Julie, as a handheld day by day, it's only 7 hours. Invest that time in yourself, because this is massive. You can watch box sets and people do that, and it's a shame people don't take personal safety as much as they do watching their favourite box set or watching a film again, because it's just so priceless, this kind of knowledge and education and understanding on your personal safety.
Agree.
Sorry, I get off my soapbox.
Right, so if you want to do that, head over to streetwisedefence.com, take a look at our online courses, and this is actually our last episode for the summer, so we will be back in September. But if you want to subscribe, there's a link to do that on the website. You'll get our email, newsletters and tips throughout the summer, and then you will be first to see when our new podcast season starts. So thank you for all your support, and stay safe.
Thanks, everyone.